Alright guys, so as you, I would hope know by now, the winner of Big Brother 19 is Josh! Now, people are wondering, why did Josh win and this not fair? Think about it. I'm going to tell you why the way that it played out was, it truly was meant to be. Paul's plan was to make it to Final Two to win, as everyone else's plan should have been. Almost half the house was fine with just making it to jury. At least half of the house, once it got to a certain amount, was fine with making it to jury. And when you have people who play with that mentality, then of course you're going to have what you think would normally happen. Remember, Josh, the reason why I didn't review the show and only did the first episode was because I saw it. I already knew where the whole season was going from that episode. That's the reason why I didn't review it this year. And the fact that Josh, he won, it was the team's competition, and he ended up winning, sabotaging his team because he wanted safety. That told me from the jump that, okay, two things are going to happen. Josh is going to get kicked out after being used for a couple of weeks in order to piss people off, or he's going to make it to the end. I knew it because someone like that's always going to have a target on his back. And I realized after the first, really, 2 weeks or so, I realized what type of cast we had. We had the cast of majority rules. This is what's been happening with Big Brother for the past couple of seasons, of essentially majority rules and whatever the house wants. And so then with Paul coming in and Paul essentially taking Cameron's spot, it cemented for me that this season was going to be trash. And when I say trash, I really mean it. The fact that Christmas stayed in the game, and after getting injured by Jason, and then people didn't want to go and kick her out because she was the injured girl, that pissed me off too, because I'm thinking, this is a game. Raven stayed as long as she did because, you know, she has the, digestive, stomach issues, and so they didn't want to go and kick her out until jury. I said, okay, fine. So we're going to go and kick out some of the aggressive players. That's essentially what happened this season. The aggressive players were the ones to go. So, for example, Cody, which Cody pissed off half the house, so that was his fault. He made the right move because he went after who he should have gone after, but he didn't do it the correct way. And because of that, he screwed himself. Jess aligned with Cody, and then when she had the opportunity to make a big move, she didn't take it. She didn't take it, but it's not like she would have had enough juice to go and kick Paul out anyway. We just know that that's the reality of the situation. It's a very demented season. We have her getting the halting hex and Cody coming back into the game. So they had opportunities, but still, you're in a house where unless you can get someone to self-evict, the house guys have to vote that other person out. So from the jump, Paul's pretty much going to stay in. The fact that there were couples, the couples were essentially running the game for a while, that made no sense. That made no sense to me. Essentially, if you were a straggler and you had the mind of your own, you were kicked out. You were kicked out. And that's when it just really irks me. And then you had people like Mark, who kept going back and forth, flip-flopping. Of course, that's something you can't trust. You're going to have to kick them out anyway. So I understood that. Elena had a mouth, so at least we can say she overall stood up to her for herself, even if she was supposed to be in line with certain people. I guess you can give her that. But Paul going and deciding that he's going to run around, he's going to scurry, and he's going to make sure that he's cool with everyone. He's going to make sure that he's telling everyone, no, you're fine, you're fine, you're fine. And then orchestrating them getting kicked out of the house. Or at least trying to say, oh yeah, I have nothing to do with it, which of course on some level he does. Normally in Big Brother, that's fine if you own up to it. People still liked Derek because Derek said, I did what I did because I wanted to win. Paul, even till the end, the jury was trying to see if he would just acknowledge that yes, I did this because. No, he said, well, you know, it wasn't out of my hands. I was just trying to appease everyone. It was just so hard. Woe is me. I had the friendship racism. It's a hard decision. I had 4 weeks of safety. No. Julie said perfectly. Or was it Julie or was it Will? Dr. Will. One of them said, you know what? For you, it's basically always a bridesmaid, never the bride. And that's so true because Paul, if he took accountability and just acknowledged, yes, I stabbed you in the front and back, I wanted to win. He did that essentially with Alex after swearing up and down that he was going to take her to the final 2 or the final 3. So I understand that she flipped. Jason, I get it that he flipped. It was kind of dumb, though, because he really did follow Paul up until the end. We knew Cody wasn't going to vote for Paul. We knew Mark and Elena weren't. So that's why Josh won. Did Josh have a better gameplay? Yes, it was strategy for him pissing off people week after week after week. He put a target on his back from week 1. The only thing I can respect about Josh's gameplay is that he's always been combative. He's always... Now, it always irks me, him going, I don't know now if maybe that was gameplay or if he's a sensitive. He does come off like a sensitive type. But Josh, it was strategy. I didn't have to like the strategy because I didn't. I thought it was very rude and disrespectful and irky. And he took it. And, you know, he was smart in the sense that he took advantage of the fact that you can basically go and do everything you want except for put your hands on someone. That's how the rules essentially are. So once you put your hands on someone, automatically you get kicked out. Like, really put your hands on someone. And that's why Josh knew that. So he antagonized people. He purposely is like, either you're going to self-evict or I'm going to have you rattled. I'm going to make myself a big target. People want me to stay in the house so that I can go and mess with other people. So he did have a strategy. He did align himself with the right people. He did, in his goodbye message, now yes, did he essentially say, yeah, I did this because I was aligned with these people and I'm so sorry. But he still said, yes, I did it. And that's why people are like, all right, Josh gets on my nerves, but at least he was on. Raven and Matt were in La La Land. Trash. Gameplay, I don't care if it was strategy. I didn't like it. That was trash. It was annoying. Matt really did a bunch of nothing. I'm not even going to go and say that, yes, he could have won some stuff. I don't know that, so I'm not going to say that. Kevin, we figured Kevin was still throwing stuff. He didn't have the best chance, but he was still throwing stuff. I understood Kevin's gameplay, his personality, got it, whatever. Who else? It was just... That's why Paul lost. If he was just honest and said, I did this because people would have said, all right, I sound like you, but I understand it's a game. He was still lying to the end, even though they saw the evidence for themselves and heard it from each other. You don't do that. He poisoned his jury pool, even though he was trying to do stuff to secure the jury. He didn't do it in a smart way. He didn't play it, like I said, how Derek played it. So... that's it. I just wanted to put my 2 cents out there. Celebrity Big... You know! Now, I will be reviewing Celebrity Big Brother. That is... Oh, Jesus, I'm ready for that. So please like, comment, subscribe, because I'll be back for that. Trust.